Hey everybody, we're back and I have Sabrina with me tonight. we are we are heading towards California. We left the Bedford Welcome Center on Monday and we did pretty good. We packed up the RV the night before. Pretty much we disconnected water, filled the water, dumped our tanks. All we had left to do in the morning was just pull the electric out and bring our slides in. So we were able to get a pretty decent early start. Not exactly before the sun came up. The sun was just rising as we hooked up the car, and
Belle has crazy eyes in this picture.
We're getting ready for... Oh, I didn't even notice Belle in the windshield there. I was like, I'm looking for Belle. Sabrina said Belle has crazy eyes in the picture. I never even noticed it. And I look at this stuff a few times before I put it on the air, but it's just something I never noticed before. So we were able to get an early start, and we have a couple places that we want to stop along the way on our way to California, and one of them is Nashville, Tennessee. So that's where we were headed first, and the drive was actually pretty smooth. It wasn't nothing major, no issues or anything like that. The only thing was a lot of fog. And today we did a little bit more driving. We spent 3 days in Nashville, and the fog today was a lot worse than this fog even. But that was like our drive the whole time going to Nashville was just unbelievable amounts of fog, which is okay. I mean, it could be a whole lot worse. I'm very, very tired tonight. I know we said that we would do a live stream every Thursday night. So I'm on, but how many hours did I drive today?
Today, I think 9.
I drove
over 9.
I drove 9 hours today. We got up again early and left Nashville, and I got on the road and did about 9 hours of traveling. I mean, we did stop, we have lunch and things like that. So we not only did we travel all the way through to Nashville in the fog, but even the next morning when we woke up, we stayed at the Grand Old RV Resort in Nashville. And when we woke up in the morning, we still had fog the very next day. But unfortunately, we didn't really... I mean, we stayed at this RV park, but we were so busy the entire time at Nashville that we really didn't see any of the RV park.
We left early and then we got back late in the evening. So.
Yeah. Every morning we left early, got back every night. I mean, it was just, we never got to see it. But from what we did see, it was very nice. Super friendly staff. I remember when I first walked in to their office to check in and everything, they were like overly nice. And I was like, I started to think to myself, I was like, do they know who we are and that we do campground overviews? That's what I was thinking. They were so like just over the top nice. So the guy gave me his personal business card and said, hey, if you guys have any issues in the middle of the night for whatever reason, electric goes out or water, give me a call. I was like, does he give this card to everybody? Does he give this card to everybody?
I was unhooking the car. I didn't get that experience.
Yeah. But it was great. We slept well. And that is the Grand Old RV Resort. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
And that's a picture of our site there. We had a corner site. One thing you don't see in this photo is off of our awning side. It's one of those sites because it was on the corner where you share the land in between you, that spot between you. You share that property. So our neighbor's awning faced us and we faced them. We're not super crazy about spots like that. I mean, it's not that we're antisocial or...
What?
Maybe one of us are.
No, I'm just listening to what you're saying.
But we like having our own little space, I think, for the most part.
Our neighbor was friendly, though, too. And Belle didn't even bark at him.
Our neighbor was friendly there?
Yeah.
I never even seen him.
Oh, okay.
I never saw him, so maybe I don't know. So while we were in Nashville, we did our best to get up early and get a start of a day. And mentioned about little Belle. We knew that we would be super busy while in Nashville, so we would take Belle to a daycare that we found, and it was called Miss Kitty's Bed and Bath?
Yes.
Miss Kitty's Bed and Bath. They were super nice, again, in there, real friendly. And there's an app on, I guess, was it on their website? That we could actually go in on our phones and take a look and see what Belle was up to all day long. No crates, no cages, no nothing, right?
No.
They just let the dogs play all day. I don't know how they handle multiple dogs like that with no crates or anything like that. Belle's got tons and tons of energy. She's like, I don't know, she's out of control. But it's nice for us that we can find these places. It was $30. Oh, I should probably mention that. The Grand Old RV Resort was $32 for a pull-through site, full hookups. And Belle's daycare was $30 a day. No hookups. But for $30, it's just a peace of mind for us because we knew that we were going to be out the entire day. We wouldn't be able to. Not that we couldn't come back.
We didn't want to come.
We don't want to come back. Yeah, it's just peace of mind that Belle is at the daycare. She's having a good time, and we're out and about, and we're having a good time. So we dropped Belle off, and our first stop in Nashville was the. I'm going to say it wrong, so you say it. Where did we go? What was the hotel?
Gaylord Opryland.
Gaylord Opryland Hotel. They have two parking areas. We had our car with us, and one was $29 and one was $20. And the $20 one's a little further away, so we parked at the $20 one. But they have a shuttle that comes through the parking lot anyway to come pick you up. So we chose the $20 parking lot. And this guy that picked us up, he was super friendly too.
Yeah,
Just everybody was so nice. And we were able to grab that shuttle. It brought us up to the front. I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you've ever even heard of this hotel, but put it on your list to check out. I walked in and I text my mom. I said everybody should come here and check this place out once they get a chance. It's pretty amazing. This is all indoors. It's why is it not moving? This is supposed to be a video right now, but it's not moving for some reason. Let me get off and try it again. No, it's not moving. So this is, like I said, this is all indoors. There were many times that we thought and kind of forgot that we were indoors because it has a feel like you're outside. It is enormous. It's just incredibly massive. Boat rides. They have snow tubing. There's tons of restaurants. And what else?
There's a section with ice sculptures because of the holiday and everything like that. So they were doing some special things this time of year.
And they have ice skating.
Yeah.
I mean, tons and tons of things to do and see in there. I'm a little upset that my first video didn't work. It'll be okay, Sabrina says. But definitely check that hotel out, that resort. It's unbelievable. It's really amazing. Well, what did you think about it? Were you impressed with it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Were you impressed with your lunch?
Oh my goodness. So we brought lunch because we heard stories that there's tons of places in there to eat, but that they were quite expensive. So we actually didn't really eat at any of the places there. So I had picked a spot where I wanted to sit for lunch, and I was like, yeah, this looks like a good spot, but I'm just going to go to the restroom, wash my hands first, then I'll come back out and sit and eat. So I come out of the restroom, and Kenny's like, oh, let's go sit over here. I found this great spot by the water for us to sit and eat. Okay, so we sit by the water. I pull out my sandwich, and a bird poops on me. Right on my shirt. Bird poop. I'm like, this was your perfect spot with the tree above us? So there you could, again, forget you were indoors because there were birds flying around indoors.
It really gives you the sense that you're outside.
Yes. I had enough of the sense that I was outside. So then I spent the next little while in the restroom cleaning up bird poop off my shirt. And wanting to sit in my perfect spot for lunch, not his perfect spot for lunch.
My perfect spot for lunch, though, was right by some waterfalls. We should have taken a picture of that, I guess, where we ate.
I think I say the bird poop on my shirt.
We should have taken a picture of that, too. So we spent about 3, maybe 4 hours at the hotel during the day, and then left there. We took an Uber. So we left the car there because it was $20. We already paid the $20 to park there, and it was good all day.
And this was in Nashville. This was in Nashville, Tennessee.
This is all Nashville, Tennessee, sorry. So then we left the car there because we paid $20 to stay there. And then we hopped in an Uber to take us to the downtown Nashville. And when we got downtown, we were able to grab a trolley, just like we did in Savannah, Georgia. And the idea behind these trolleys, for us anyway, is that the trolley tour will take us to all the hot spots. We can see what we really want to see. Well, maybe not see what we really want to see. We can see what the city has to offer in a short amount of time. We don't have to walk. They give us a little audio tour. It's the bus driver tells you about the area and what you're looking at and things like that. And then anything that we see that we really are interested in, we can come back and check out later. So the first thing was that we saw that we wanted to go back and check out later is a winery. We actually haven't done this is only our second time ever going to a winery, but it's kind of it's a fun experience. They give you little wine tastings and testings, and that's the wrong photo. And you had a flight of wine,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like
Flights of wine.
2 flights of wine. And I had a wine slushie, which I'd never had before. But it was kind of just like a regular icy that you would get at a 7-Eleven mixed with wine. And it was pretty delicious.
It was good. Good stuff.
It was pretty good. Also, while we were in downtown Nashville, I'm a fan of the show called American Pickers. And I think you've seen a few episodes, but you know who they are. You know the guys, Frank and Mike. And in Nashville, they have one of their stores called Antique Archaeology. And so we went in there and checked it out. And it's a cool store. Not just, I don't think even if you're not a fan of the show, but I thought it was a pretty cool store because everything that they sold at this store had a little tag on it with a little description of the item, what year it was from, where they had found it, and just a little bit of a backstory of that item. So I felt like it was almost like a small little museum. I thought it was really... I liked it a lot. I could have stayed in there much, much longer.
I know. I was standing at the door and you were like, oh, I guess you're ready? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
Well, when you were standing at the door, you had taken this picture here.
Look at that perfect picture.
Yeah. So I thought you were just taking pictures. I didn't know you were standing at the door. I'm over here. I'm just like wandering around the store. And then I saw you up there and I walked up. I said, are you ready to go? Are you taking pictures? You're like, no, I'm ready to go. I could have stayed there a lot longer. I was having a good time checking out the old Coke machines and bicycles, and they had a Volkswagen motorcycle. I thought that was pretty cool. And
That man agrees with you. What a store. I could spend hours in there.
Yeah, I could have. I really could have. It's not that large of a store, but if you would take the time and sit and read the description of each item and its history and where they found it, I thought it was really neat. I liked it.
It was cool.
It was cool. It was good. We also had lunch downtown Nashville. We ate at a place called Bella Nashville. And it's like I guess they're brick oven pizza. And they make it all like, you could get to watch everybody making their food and stuff like that. And the food was awesome. I don't have a picture of the pizza. We both got the same pizza. It was a hummus almond mint pizza, which sounds very strange, but it was delicious. It was really good. It was really good. You have anything to say about the pizza place?
It was good. It was good. I'll just leave it at that.
You just want to leave it at that?
I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I'm trying to get her to say something, but she's afraid to.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Sabrina's special.
I'll just leave it at it. It was really good pizza. And I'll leave it at that.
Just leaving it at that? All right. So also in Nashville, Tennessee is the Dave Ramsey building. Dave, if you don't know, Dave Ramsey is a financial guru, I guess would be the word. I was going to say advisor, but I don't think he's really considered an advisor. But he's a talk show personality. Sabrina and I listen to his podcasts a lot. And Sabrina had the idea. She was like, let's go check out the Dave Ramsey building. And I was like,
what do you go check out a building
why
for?
do we want to see a Dave Ramsey building? And she talked me into going.
Because I've heard on the podcast, like I've read too many of their books, and I've heard on the podcast that you can go into the lobby and watch a live show and come to Martha's place and get cookies and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this would be kind of neat. Let's just go check this out.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that. I didn't know that we could actually watch the show being recorded or going on live or anything like that. But it was actually a special treat. When we walked in the doors, they said to us, are you here to meet Dave? And we were like, can you do that? I don't know. Are we here? I said, we're just looking around, but sure, if we can meet him, that'd be great. So they kind of caught us off guard, but we got to meet Dave Ramsey. We thought that was super cool that he took the time, like on one of his breaks from doing the radio show. He came out, he shook our hands and introduced himself and took a photo with us. And there were other people there. If there was about maybe 15 of us in the lobby. Yeah. And if you had a book, he would sign the book for you. I thought it was really nice that he took the time from his radio. You know, he only gets a short amount of, I mean, these commercial breaks are maybe,
quick, yeah.
Maybe 90 seconds
like,
or something
60 seconds left. All right, next.
But I thought it was really cool that he came out and said hi to everybody and, signed and people have asked me before, what's my favorite coffee? And my favorite coffee is actually free coffee. And at the Dave Ramsey building, they gave out free coffee.
And he was pretty excited about that.
You can barely see my smile behind that coffee cup. But that's my free coffee smile. But we had a great time at the Dave Ramsey building. And I'm so glad that Sabrina decided that...
See? You doubted me.
I did doubt you. I was like, oh, what do we want to go to a building for?
You were like, even on the list when we were like, where should we go? Here or down to Ramsey Solutions? You're like, I'll leave it up to you. Oh, you picked that one. Okay.
And we met a couple nice people that were down in the lobby too. And if you're familiar with the show, he does something called a debt-free screen. So we got to see a live debt-free screen. These people... I forget how much they paid off, but I know it took them
$180,000. I feel like
$180,000 in debt, and I believe it was 6 to 9 years it took them, or something like that.
9 years.
So they go down there and they do what's called a debt-free screen, and we got to watch that live, and I thought that was pretty cool. And Dave Ramsey now has a YouTube channel, and when we walked in, someone grabbed us and said, "Hey, would you guys mind answering a couple quick questions for the Dave Ramsey YouTube channel?"
And we're like,
sure.
I guess so. I came in my pajamas pretty much, but that sounds good.
I mean, I'm looking like this. I haven't shaved. I looked a mess. You look fine, but I looked a mess.
That's so sweet of you.
And so they interviewed us, and we're on for a 25-second interview over on the Dave Ramsey YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. We left a little comment in that section.
That's all Kenny.
Because we're like, it's a 3-hour video.
We couldn't even find ourselves.
It took us a while to find us on the channel. But it's you just click on the date 12/20/2017, and we're 1 hour and 1 hour 13 minutes and 44 seconds in, I think.
That's rough.
Something like that. And literally I thought he told us that it was 25 seconds, but it's over fast. I don't even think it's 25 seconds.
So other people love Dave Ramsey too. There are lots of people. Wally Jordan, Baby Step 2. Oh, they caught us off guard in the hallway too when the interviewer for the YouTube channel was like, "What baby step are you guys in?" Kenny froze. I'm like, 2.
I can't remember.
But yeah, so it was pretty cool.
It was a lot of fun. And again, everybody there was really nice. And the drivers, like the city itself, the Nashville driving situation is horrible.
Horrible.
But
I wanted to make a new deal with you that maybe you drive the motorhome and the car when we get to cities after Nashville. Oh my goodness, it was horrible. But everybody was super nice. Like would let you come over. Even if you were late and kind of confused, people would just like stop and like, oh, that's no problem. Come out here on my 10-point turn in the middle of the street. People were very nice and stopped and waited. That wouldn't happen other places.
No, really nice.
But the roads are rough. I mean, interstates splitting off to
Traffic.
other interstates, and then the GPS is like, be in the right lane, and then as soon as you split off, it's time to be in the left lane now. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to work. I ended up rerouting way too many times. It took us...
I think we should start using our RV GPS. We have a Garmin 660 RV GPS, but you can change the setting so that you can use it in a car. We should probably start using that in the car instead of our phones. Because the one that we use in the RV, this Garmin 660 for the RV is awesome. We love it a lot. So that is our... That's our Nashville. That's... We are currently in Oklahoma now. We left Tennessee this morning, Nashville, Tennessee, and we are now in Oklahoma. We're heading to Texas right after this live stream. I was going to say live stream. After this live stream, I'm going to bed because I want to get up early. Sabrina, you guys will...
I always get worried when you ask.
You guys will be impressed with this. Sabrina found some wild management. Is that what it's called? BLM land. Sabrina found some BLM land out in Texas. So we're going to spend 2 days in Texas next. We're going to leave we'll leave Oklahoma in the morning and do some boondocking in Texas just for maybe we'll do 2 nights, 3 days.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
As long as the slides are out, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll see how we do with boondocking on our own. The last real boondocking we did was in Florida, but we had a lot of our friends with us, so we'll see if we do okay all by ourselves. Do we have any questions? Have you been paying attention to questions?
Yes, I've been paying attention to questions. First, where's your Christmas tree? At the store?
We don't have a Christmas tree. We have one ornament that we put up for Christmas, and now I don't even see it.
It's because it's hiding, because it bangs our
It was
light
making noise
as we were driving.
From the Christmas party that we went to last week, and we've been hanging it on our light when we park, but we had to take it down while we're driving because it's a little annoying.
Another question is, where's Belle? She's actually on the floor here sleeping.
She is sleeping. Belle, between the daycare of Nashville and then waking up early today for the drive, she doesn't sleep all that well when we're driving. She curls up and lays in her bed, but she doesn't get sound sleep while we're driving, and she sleeps a lot more. Belle's our first dog. We've never had a dog before. I didn't realize just how much dogs sleep. I thought that was a cat thing. I thought cats slept a lot during the day, but I didn't know dogs did too. So while we're traveling, she doesn't get her real good sleep. You have any other questions?
I don't think so at this point.
Okay. We had a question earlier in the week, and I'm sure we've talked about it before. I'm sure on our channel that you'll hear a lot of the same stuff. I just ramble and repeat myself often. But somebody was asking us about our apps. What apps do we use? What do we like? And I would say that the app for RVing, I assume it was for RVing, I would say that the app that we use the most, I think, is RV Parky.
Yes.
It's probably not the most popular one. I know a lot of people love All Stays. All Stays cost $10 a year, maybe?
Yeah, and I haven't really used it because it's tough. I don't know. For me, it's tough.
We don't think that the All Stays, we'll probably get people arguing with us on this one, but we think the RV Parky free version of it is better than the $10 version of the
I heard that the All Stays on the computer is really good, but we've only used it on the phone, and I've used it on the phone, and it wasn't very user-friendly, but sometimes things don't always click the way they should. So that's fine. So
that's our number one app that we like for traveling. We use that app every time we travel somewhere, is the RV Parky app. I also use the My Pilot app just so I can find Flying J's a little easier. And we use, it's not really so much an app, but it's on your computer, freestays.net.
Free campsites.
Okay. We use freecampsites.net. I don't know what freestays.net is. So, is there any other?
I don't know.
Is there any other apps that we like? I think
that's it.
RV Parky, we use that a ton. It does almost everything for us. Any other questions?
I don't think so. RV Adventures had finally figured out how to comment.
Oh, really? I'm very slow at just about everything, so don't feel bad. Kind of a slow night, quiet night for us. Are you tired?
No, I feel fine.
Oh,
that might be because you caught me. I saw you roll your eyes today when you caught me sleeping too. When I opened my eyes and I looked over and you were like, I was like, well, damn. Oh, sorry. Family friendly channel. Excuse me. Anyhow.
So, oh, you know what? It's already been 25 minutes. These live streams go really fast. I guess because I talk so much. I don't know. They just kind of blur by. But, so I guess we'll stop it here.
Okay.
We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We will be back live next week. We don't know from where. I'm guessing we will be in Arizona. So next week we will talk about how did our boondocking in Texas go. And
I don't know. We'll see.
Whatever else happens, well, from now till next Thursday. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. I was going to say Happy New Year, too, but we'll be talking to you before the new year ends. Before this year ends. I'm a mess. I'm really sorry.
You guys have a good evening.
Everybody have a good night. Get some sleep.